Hi, Dobby the Fixing Elf here. In this video, we're going to be replacing the front light bulbs in a 2003 Ford Focus C-Max. The first step to removing the front light bulbs on your C-Max is to remove the screw holding the headlight unit in. This is just a flathead screw, and it works out quite quickly as you see me doing here. The next step, now the screw is removed, is to remove the headlight unit itself. So you have to get hold of it and give it a gentle wiggle and it will start to pop out. Remember, there is a cable connected to the car still, so be careful with that cable, you don't want to damage it. We're going to start with the indicator bulb here. So that's a 581 bulb. And to remove the bulb holder from the headlight unit, all you have to do is simply give it a twist anti-clockwise and it will pop out. And then it's a similar thing for the bulb, and where we have to push it in and twist it anti-clockwise and it will pop out. This bulb is a bit warm, but I won't replace it now because it's still working fine. And to replace it is just the reverse, so push it in and give it a twist. To gain access to the headlight and side light bulb, we have to remove this little plastic cover. It's held on by 4 clips just around the edge. As you see me remove them here, they just simply pop out. They're a bit fragile, so you have to be careful with them. And once we get it off, we'll be starting on the headlight bulb. And of course, this is a H7 bulb, so it's held in by this little spring clip. All you have to do is simply press the end and the spring clip will pop out. They can be quite fiddly. Sometimes it's easier to remove the bulb connector first. I didn't do that in this case, but if you want to, you can. To remove the bulb from the bulb connector, all you have to do is give it a gentle tug and it will pop out, as you see me doing here. And then to replace it, just to reverse, so push it back in and then clip the connector back down with the little spring clips. Again, making sure these latch properly, you don't want these to be out of line. While I'm fighting the spring clip, I should mention that I forgot to film the 501 side light bulb. So as I said, it's a 501 bulb, and the holder is just an anti-clockwise twist to remove it, and then the bulb just pulls out, much like the H7 bulb we've just done. And yeah, to replace it is just reverse, push the bulb in, and then turn it clockwise, and you'll be all set to go. If you'd like me to make a video on replacing the side light bulb, I will. Just let me know in the comments and I'll make one as soon as I can. And the final bulb we're going to be replacing in this video is the H1 full beam bulb. It's held in by one of those lovely spring clips again. This one's slightly different, it has 2 little ears at the end. If you pull them apart, it will just pop out. And then all we have to do is remove the connector from the light fitting itself, which is just a gentle pull again and it will pop out. And then to refit is again just the reverse, so you push the bulb back into the light fitting, and then we pop the bulb back into the headlight itself, and we put the spring clamp back on, and that was quite an easy one to do. Now we'll put the plastic cover back on. Again, it's got 4 little plastic tabs just around the outside edge, so we'll pop them back in one by one, making sure we're getting it all nice in. This just helps to prevent water ingress. Putting these plastic clips back on does take a few moments, but it's well worth doing right. You don't want to damage them as you put them on. They are quite fragile little clips. And yeah, once you get them all done, it's time to move on to putting the headlight back in. Putting the headlight back in is quite a simple procedure really. We just have to line it up, make sure we get the outside edge of it in the right places. It'll just naturally fit into one spot as you see me fiddling around a bit here just to get it all lined up nicely. And then once you get it all lined up, just have to give it a gentle push back and it will all pop back into place. There's a little plastic black tab that will hold it on at the bottom. And yeah, it should be ready for the screw. And the final step is to replace the flathead screw. Sometimes you need to spray a bit of WD-40 or penetrating oil just down the screw hole just to clear it out, because they can get quite rusty sometimes. And then all we have to do is use the flathead screwdriver to tighten it down. It doesn't take very long at all, and you've just changed the front bulbs on a 2003 Ford Focus C-Max. If you enjoyed this video, why not drop a like? Any questions or feedback? Let me know in the comments. I normally drop 2 videos a week, so if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, you should, and then you'll never miss another video. Do you know anyone else who would enjoy watching this video? Then feel free to share it with them. Thanks for watching until the end. Have a sensational day.